let me tell you of the days of high adventure.
Hey everybody, this is John.
And I'm Kevin.
And this is 6 Degrees of Schwarzenegger, the podcast where we take a long, hard look at some of our favorite action movies from the era of Arnold.
Schwarzenegger is the icon of the genre, and we're going to take a deep dive into some of our favorite 80s and 90s cult action movies and break them all the way down for your audible pleasure. We're making love to your ear holes. Sorry, we're a little tipsy.
Speak for yourself.
It's late as fuck. We've downshifted to Dos Equis. That's the closest thing I've got to water in this house.
And don't forget to introduce our guest.
Oh, shit. We're joined for the whole...
by the most interesting man in the world.
That's right.
The Dos Equis guy.
Samuel Krumov.
Hello.
Hi.
Actually, I met the actor randomly at a...
Who?
Oh, really? The most interesting man in the world?
Shit, was he cool?
He was, yeah. I got a picture with him. It was... Actually, I was with some coworkers.
Yeah.
At a bar restaurant about a couple of years ago, yeah. Cool dude. But I was like, that's the most interesting man in the world.
Was he there like on business, or was he just chilling?
So he was like promoting a new tequila or something like that.
Okay.
Yes.
But I have the photos in the office. I'll show you.
Dude. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I want to see that shit. All
Behind
right.
my desk or somewhere, or behind my computer.
And we're so thrilled to have Sam with us for our final episode. You've been on the whole journey
This is
through Point
amazing.
Break with us.
Yeah.
This has been a treat.
All right.
This is like
awesome.
the just jumping out of that airplane. It just keeps going and going.
So where do we leave off?
Well, you may remember
the first man died.
that Bodie pulled the trigger for the first time in a bank robbery because poor Gromit was killed. Bodie broke all of his own rules. They went into the vault and, in a fit of rage, pistol whipped Johnny Utah and left him unconscious on the floor of the bank.
Yes.
And that's where we're picking up.
Yep. The FBI is swarmed all over the scene. Harp is in there fucking busting heads. Good old Harp. He's like, who let these reporters in here? Whatever else. He's just being a hard ass, as a ball buster, as always. Agent Alvarez is like reading Utah's rights, and he seems to be taking great pleasure in like arresting Utah.
Oh, there's a lot of relish there.
At this point, Utah is found who the bad guys are.
Yeah.
He's basically come close to arresting them. I don't know why they keep just thinking he's done, he's fucked up. He hasn't.
I feel like Alvarez is mad at Utah about Babbitt getting stabbed on that raid at the wrong house.
Yeah.
I feel like the rage from Alvarez is coming over Babbitt getting stabbed.
So these guys rob banks for 3 years. The cops couldn't do anything. Johnny Utah shows up, and all of a sudden they found who they are. I mean, come on.
Yeah. But I don't know. I see them being mad at him. I see especially Alvarez because his partner got hurt and he blames Utah for that.
Are you also getting witness statements from people at the scene saying, yeah, he was with him?
That's the thing, right? Like, clearly,
he was with him. He's
if you look at the
gun.
video, he wasn't like helping out. He was like essentially a hostage of theirs.
Yeah.
Pappas is like, he wants them to take the cuffs off Utah, and he and Harp get into like a shouting match with each other.
Take your hands off me right now. That's a great line.
Pappas is like, let me bring him in. And there's fucking no way Harp would go along with that.
No.
He's like, but he's fine. He's like, fine, you two deserve each other. He's like, that's why I put you together. He's like, you're just like him, only you're a little fatter, a little slower, and a a little more pathetic.
That's another great line.
It's a great rant.
I want to use that line at work tomorrow.
Pappas, like, he gets right in Harp's face. He's talking about, like, whatever.
I was in this bureau when you were still popping this on your funny face and jerking off to the lingerie section of the Sears catalog.
Oh, the fucking lingerie section.
I've forgotten how many good lines there is in this movie, and just this little sequence. Oh,
it's amazing.
And he tells him, he's like, in all my years, he's like, there's one thing I've learned that you still haven't got. Why don't you astonish me, shit face? and then like Pappas just lays him out. Bam. He's like, respect for my elders, plain and simple.
And then the way he lies on the floor, passed out.
Didn't his head? It looked like his head hit the ground hard.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was real or not, but like, it looked like it really hit the head, like hit the ground, that marble floor, like bam. I mean, John C. McGinley strikes me as the dude who would like be like, yeah, I'll take one.
He'd go for it. He'd go for it.
You know?
Yeah. John C. McGinley. I remember him being the bad guy randomly from a Steven Seagal movie, On Deadly Ground. 94. I watched it on HBO.
I love these movies. I didn't invest myself fully in the Steven Seagal catalog.
In his oeuvre, his output.
I love fucking Under Siege though, which starred Gary Busey. I love these two of both.
You're right. I actually forgot that Gary Busey was the main guy.
In Drag, do you remember him in Drag and Under Siege?
Yeah. God, I remember just fighting in the kitchen. That was amazing.
Yeah.
Would there be a 6 Degrees of Seagal?
Yeah, that's the spin-off podcast. Oh my god. But yeah, so he just punches out Harp. Pappas does.
Oh yeah.
Then he grabs Utah and he rushes him out of there. I feel like after he laid Harp out, there's no way these guys would let him walk out. I feel like they grab him and be like, okay, you're under arrest.
Yeah, you're under arrest,
Pappas. You can't do that. That's
Pappas has been around, what, 30 years, 25 years?
Yeah. I don't know.
Or is everyone like, this is the FBI. We all understand there's a code.
We take care of our own. They're in the car and Utah's telling Pappas, he's like, I know where they're going. And he's like, yeah, I thought you might. And he has the key for the cuffs. Does every handcuffs use the same key?
It's a good question. I don't know. I would think for the most part.
I guess, whatever. Maybe all the ones they have to.
If you think about it, if you lose the key. Yeah.
So he takes those cuffs off, Utah. And Utah says, the thing is we can't arrest them.
Or shoot them.
We can't arrest them or shoot them.
Santa Monica Airport. Fast.
And Pappas is like, fuck.
Okay, so
what does that leave us? What are our options? What's the point of even going there at that point? But like on the airstrip, Bodie and Nathaniel are like loading up, the plane. Utah approaches alone because we seen him drop Pappas off somewhere else. He rolls up. They're like, what the fuck, man? We can't get rid of this guy. Yeah.
At this point, if I'm the dudes, I just fucking gun him down and get the fuck out of Dodge.
What's the point? Yeah.
They need Tyler. He needs Tyler. That's what he says. He's like, tell me where Tyler is.
Yeah. He says there's other FBI around. He's like, all I care about though, dude, is where is Tyler? Just tell me where Tyler is and we'll let you go, basically.
Pappas moving into position this whole time.
Bodie doesn't believe him. I can't blame Bodie for that.
No, their relationship now is pretty much shot.
Utah's like, look, you guys are going to get caught wherever you go. Like that guy you killed back there was a cop. They're going to be waiting for you wherever.
I love we get a solidification of the idea that Bodie's in full on God complex. So Utah's like, the ride's over. Bodie's like, I say when the ride is over.
Oh yeah. He's bought into his own like cult status.
Yeah.
For sure. The pilot starts shutting the plane down. I mean, there's like all these guns being waved around outside. I could see that.
Like, I'm going to go home.
Bodie tells Nathaniel, get back in there and get the fucking pilot back with the program.
And that's when Roach walks out. Roach has been like on the shitter, I guess, like inside.
He's in some sort of airport office doing who knows what. But yeah, he walks out and he sees Pappas there. Like he's got the drop on Pappas, who's like hiding behind a luggage cart or something like that with his gun.
See, up to the point in the movie, I look at Roach, I look at Pappas, and both of them are kind of the good guys for me.
You like Roach?
I love Roach.
I like all these guys, you know what I mean? And now all of a sudden I realize that one of these guys is going to want to kill the other one, and that's not cool, and that's inevitable.
You're still Team Bodie?
I'm team let's everybody go home unscathed. We've just lost one in the bank. And I know that more will be lost, but
R.I.P. Gromit.
I'm trying to hold on for dear life.
So Utah's telling Bodie, he's like, look, I know you. Like, I know you'd rather die than get captured. I'll let you make a run for it. You just tell me where Tyler is.
That's a good offer. I take that offer.
He's like, I'll walk away if you just tell me where Tyler is. And Bodie, to me, seems to waver. He's like,
you think he buys this?
He's like, that's beautiful, Johnny. I couldn't tell if he was wavering or if he was being sarcastic.
I think that's sarcasm.
What do you think?
Well, he has an escape plan, so he's never going to compromise that at all.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
Just the line, that's beautiful, Johnny, to me, it's so disingenuous. He's just like,
I want to believe in the bromance.
I think at this point, Bodie he's like over the edge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like,
but Bodie's all about, I need to fix this, and I need to basically chase my dreams, which is, I guess,
I alone can fix this.
Well, in that same moment, Roach, like, he racks his shotgun.
Yeah.
Pappas hears that and he whirls around and they start shooting at each other.
They both make contact.
They both get hit,
immediately,
right?
Yeah.
Pappas, like, he hits Roach good, and I think he sort of gets winged.
He gets winged.
Yeah, he's like still maybe able to continue with the fight. I don't know, but Nathaniel then approaches Pappas and he's like emptying the shotgun and hitting nothing.
Yeah, he's an X-game stunt guy. He's not good at shooting guns.
No, he's not. You're a pretty damn bad shot if you shoot 6 shots from a shotgun at a guy 20 feet away.
I mean, you're spraying and hitting nothing. Yeah. Boo.
Yeah, Nathaniel, he's awesome on the waves, not awesome in a shootout, I guess.
And Pappas gets the drop and blows him away.
Oh, yeah, he drops Nathaniel, like, dead on the spot.
The gang keeps getting smaller. It's so sad.
Yeah, it is sad.
Of course, Bodie's, like, cut of the money keeps getting bigger.
How do you guys actually feel about that? The gang is dwindling. I feel an emotional connection about the gang, like these guys
to
dying.
me, I feel sad. I feel like Gromit and Nathaniel were the two, like, most sympathetic of the guys, because they were the ones who were just along for the ride, and once things went bad, they wanted to end it right then and there. Yeah. And, you know, they went along with Bodie, I guess, when he wanted to keep.
I get a very cold feeling thinking about, even just thinking about this now. It's like that's a hard moment. It's like,
yeah. And I just didn't feel like it needed to get to that point.
Yeah. And meanwhile,
why were they not gone up to that point? Like, what were they doing? Taking their sweet time with a plane? Like, get the fuck out of there. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
there's no need for that shit.
They could have been gone. They could have been lifted off and gone already before Utah ever got to the airstrip.
They're just being stupid. Probably taking their own time.
I feel like fucking Bodie's like loving every minute of it. Like, he likes the crisis. He likes the chaos of it all.
I've dated people like that.
Yeah.
But I think once something went wrong, it was all wrong for Bodie. Like, it's not like with each death Bodie got hit hard. It's almost like after the first death, it didn't matter anymore to Bodie. He was in plan B mode. You know what I mean? He's like, all right, fine. Everything went to shit. Now I got to do this. And I don't care what gets in my way. I'm going to plow through and get to my end game, which is, you know, in Australia.
Being on Bell's Beach.
Basically.
Yeah.
That's it. But then even despite all that, Utah prevents Pappas from shooting Bodie.
Yeah, Pappas has like a clean shot at Bodie, and Utah steps in the way, and he's like, no. But that's more about Tyler.
Right.
He's like,
yes.
You can't kill him. He's the only one that can, like, save her, basically, right? And in this moment, Roach shoots Pappas in the back. That's
just
brutal.
Unloads.
Like, multiple shotgun shots, 12 gauge.
That is sad way for Pappas to go.
Oh, R.I.P. Angelo.
When Pappas goes, dude, that's rough, man. Yeah. Like, he was a very likable character throughout.
At this point, everybody's dead except freaking the two main characters for the most part.
And Roach is mortally wounded.
They are dry. It's like Shakespearean. Everyone's dropping like flies.
Yeah, good night, sweet prince. Poor Pappas.
The Utah runs to Pappas and Bodie runs to Nathaniel. Like, to check
everyone to your corners.
They're both.
Go to your sensei.
I feel like there's not even, Pappas doesn't even get a word out, but the look on his face is just like, it's a hard moment to watch. You've not fallen in love, but like,
you have fallen in love with that character.
You've grown to really like Pappas.
You want an Angelo Pappas in your life.
If it was true that Utah's dad was dead, then Pappas is like that father figure for him.
I love that. I love it.
Yeah.
Bodie loads poor Roach up on the plane.
Fucking Roach, that little tiny cute Roach.
And the pilot loudly says where they're flying. I'm not flying you guys to San Felipe, man.
And that's Bodie's like, I guess he has to say it out loud to make the audience follow along.
Right.
But he's like, well, you just told him where we're going, basically. So now they got to bring Utah along.
Yeah.
It makes sense, though, because he's like, otherwise, there literally will be someone waiting for us. It's good writing because it ties up a loose end. Otherwise, like, why would they want to take Utah with them?
Well, I mean, I would think that he would take Utah any for shits and giggles anyway. But.
Yeah, Bodie's crazy at this point. He
likes the risk of it all. I think he's got to have a big element of risk at any moment to get his adrenaline up.
But isn't it amazing though? In the same way that he's like, I don't want to hurt Tyler. He sort of always is playing that. I don't want to do this, but I've got to do this.
That's a sociopath move,
right? I don't want to do this, but I've got to take you along.
Baby, don't make me hurt you.
Exactly.
It's like that shit.
That's sick.
It's abusive. Yeah,
that's sick.
It's gross.
The wheels have really come off this movie at the airport, you guys.
Yeah,
for sure.
So they're like taking off in the plane as the rest of the police arrive there.
Well, what I like about that scene is like, everything went to shit basically the last 10 minutes, but the plane brings you back to that kind of familiar place.
Yeah. So, they're making their big getaway as the rest of the police are rolling onto the airstrip there. And then we got them, they're like flying real low over the desert in Mexico.
And it's just mano a mano with, like you said, a dying guy.
And man, that pilot of the plane is kind of sassy. He's like, can I quit mowing the lawn? I'm getting more bushes stuck in the wheels than I usually like.
He doesn't give a shit.
He's like,
can I take it up a little bit, please?
He's talking some shit. So like, this guy
he's probably like, I'm flying the plane. Like, what's he going to do to me?
I guess he's got a point. Yeah, he's like...
Yeah, that's the one thing Patrick Swayze can do, I guess, at this point is fly the plane.
Does it get you in that moment where Roach is like, I'm cold, man, I'm cold?
Very much so.
And then, and Utah's like, you're cold because you're dying.
All the blood is running from your body. And Bodie's like, don't listen to him.
I wondered about that. Don't listen to him. He's just scared. Who's he talking about? Did you say don't listen to Johnny or don't listen to Roach?
Don't listen to Johnny.
He's telling Roach, don't listen to Johnny. Yeah, he's just
Johnny scared. I thought he could have just as easily been telling Johnny, don't listen to Roach. He's just scared.
No. I think it's good Bodie trying to be kind of playing big brother.
Cheerleader.
Yeah. Trying to help out Roach. And he knows Roach is dying, but he wants to cheer up Roach in his last moments probably.
Okay.
Did anyone else from this scene adopt the phrase señoritas and margaritas into their vocabulary?
Dude, I love señoritas.
It's part of my
those señoritas and margaritas that are going to be nursing you back to health.
Right. It is part of my lexicon now.
Señoritas and margaritas, beautiful.
Yeah. It's Tuesday night, Taco Tuesday, señoritas and margaritas.
I love it. He's helping Roach get his parachute on.
Mm-hmm. Roach is in pain this whole time too.
He is.
It's rough. But to me, it's most like they're escaping. He's got the money. He's good, but he's dying. You know what I mean? Like, he almost made it.
But it's like I look at Roach losing blood like that, and I feel nauseated in sympathy. It's like, oh, exactly. It's like I'm feeling weird about it.
I do place myself in a lot of the people I see in movies.
Roach put all of his trust in Bodie.
Yeah,
like that you're gonna take care of us.
He trusted him to the last moment, even when he plunged out of the airplane.
Yep.
Yeah.
See you in hell, Johnny.
That's beautiful, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. So he chucks Roach out of the airplane. He tosses the gun aside, and this is probably like the most famous shot in the movie is when he speaks directly to the camera. You know, he's like "Adios, amigo," and dives out himself, like where it's fully just a close up of Swayze's face, and then he's out here like, there's no faking that. He jumped out of an airplane in that shot.
That's why I love Swayze, man.
Yeah, he's living it, buddy.
Is it weird that as he's saying goodbye to Johnny, that he throws the gun in the plane before he jumps out?
He should have probably chucked it out the airplane door, right? Utah's got nothing left to live for.
No.
He's like, thinks Tyler's gone. Pappas is gone. He can't go back to his job.
He trying to justify, he's had a really rough month as we documented. The girl that he's fallen in love with may die if he doesn't do anything about it. His father figure just got shot. And remember, he's also in a little bit of a way an adrenaline junkie, just like Bodie. So
big time.
He's almost like, I got this. You know what I mean?
So that's when Utah, overcome by the rage of it all, he grabs that gun that Bodie had tossed, and he's like, "Fuck it!" and dives out of the plane. Oh, it's wonderful. So clearly, this actor who you see free falling has a chute on. like underneath the shirt or whatever.
Yeah.
But man, it still works.
Oh.
You're like, this dude's got no parachute.
Yeah.
He's either going to get to one of the other guys that's got a parachute or he's dead. That's fucking great, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
And we're loving every moment of the whole
Bodhi
thing.
has no idea, right? He's happy, he's chilling.
Oh, yeah.
He's just like free falling, doing whatever. Yeah.
He's enjoying the adrenaline ride.
Utah catches him from behind, like sort of spears into him and is like latched onto him.
Bodhi starts laughing.
Bodhi's like, holy shit. Like, yeah, you're fucking crazy,
No,
man.
I think actually Bodhi may have regained his respect for Utah that second.
In that moment?
I think he probably forgave all that bitterness he had in the last couple hours. He's probably like, you know what? This is the guy I thought he was going to be.
We're both insane. Yeah.
He does. He gives him a lot of praise, especially like once they make it to the ground.
No,
You're fucking radical, man.
He's like,
Bodhi
you're
made
one
me
radical son of a bitch.
Even I wouldn't have done something like this, you crazy motherfucker.
Yeah, like that was truly insane.
Yeah.
Like that's the kind of rush that Bodhi's looking for.
You could also argue that if Johnny had not met Bodhi, he would never attempt such a thing.
Of course not.
But because he took some of that positive energy from Bodhi as
Yeah.
far as, just going with the flow.
Taking chances.
But they're in free fall. They're arguing back and forth. Like Utah's telling him to yank the ripcord, and Bodhi's like, "Nah, you do it."
Well, the thing is,
It's a recreation almost of the scene earlier.
Utah's got the gun.
Yeah, you can't shoot me and pull the cord.
He's got one arm sort of wrapped around him, and the other arm's got a gun pressed to him.
You got to drop the gun and pull the cord.
Because he wants to take Bodhi in alive. At this point, but he's like, Bodhi needs to be held accountable. I can't kill him.
Which I can't help but think Utah also could have tucked the gun in his waistband and then pulled it and then not had to toss it. But
he was so busy arguing with him, he didn't think of
they
that.
were legit running out of
I was
time.
gonna say, and he didn't have a shoot on. Like,
That's the ultimate, argument, who, you do it, no, you do it. Like, you have seconds until
And Bodhi
you're
tells
both
him,
gonna-
he drops that famous, meat waffles line. Come on, you got 3 seconds. We're going to be meat waffles.
I would have filled
That's such a visually, you can picture that image.
I would have filled my pants up with crap. I would be, just shit all over.
that scene is shot just incredibly well.
Yeah. Utah blinks first.
Well, my favorite thing about the scene is the way they land. It's very realistic.
It's fast.
Well, they're really low when they pull.
But
right?
the stunts
they
must
hit
have
the
just
ground
been...
hard. They're not fully slowed down yet.
I'm convinced that Johnny's legs are shattered. I don't care who you are. They're
At the very
gone.
least, as happens in the movie, he jacks his knee up again.
They both kind of roll over.
Yep. That's when Bodhi is like, God damn, you are one radical son of a bitch. And he tells him,
another
oh,
great
poor
line.
Johnny. He's like, that knee again, huh? He feels for Johnny a little bit.
I still feel that Johnny won him over again with that
he's
jump.
got his respect back.
100%.
So Bodhi runs over where Rosie's waiting for him.
Yeah, and then we also saw a few feet away that poor Roach, that he didn't make it through the jump. He's dead
laying
body's
there. The
money's
parachute's blowing in the
wind.
wind. The money's sort of blowing away a little bit.
Yeah, I jumped to that scene earlier.
It's a little sad.
To me, it's a very powerful, striking scene.
That's a striking image of that body just laying there. And
So I guess he managed to pull his ripcord, but
I think he pulled it.
died on the ground waiting for help. He's just too weak. He's lost too much blood.
I imagine he probably died during the flight.
In the fall.
I think so.
He probably went unconscious as soon as the chute pulled.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And then all that money's just flying around.
Oh, that sucks.
But so they do release Tyler, thank God.
Rosie cuts her loose.
And she comes running to Johnny and they embrace and it's like a moment.
Well, the best thing about that scene is she's obviously got nothing but her underwear and her whatever.
She's in a nightgown or something.
She's just running through the freaking desert barefoot and obviously hugs Johnny, who's full of pain and whatever. I mean, it's just both are very emotional for different reasons. That's another powerful scene.
I think they recognized that there was love between them.
Johnny just fell out of an airplane with no shoe.
Hopefully she knows what he tried to do for her and vice versa.
She probably does, because remember the last time the two saw each other, she hated him, right?
Yeah.
Now she's all after him, and she probably had time to think about, all right, I'm with some bad men, and this is the guy that's
he clearly
actually,
risked his life to try to save me.
I think she already knows that at that point.
There's also a lot of levity from Rosie and Bodhi having their little reunion. Like Rosie's like, whoa!
There's
like,
a lot of whooping and yelling and like
To
they're
have
hugging
lost.
it out. Like they've lost everybody.
Yeah, everyone's dead but
man,
them.
You got Bodhi's yelling at Johnny. He's like, "Yo, Johnny, see you in the next life."
Yeah.
And they drive.
See, to him, it's all like this kind of adventure, right? So even though Bodhi lost a lot of good friends, he probably thinks of it as like, wow, this was an amazing day.
What a
Like,
good day.
what a day. Like,
Yeah.
like, what an eventful day. There's some crazy shit happened. People died. I lived. This guy just jumped out of the airplane. They're going to be all happy. Good for them. I'm out. Like,
Dear
see you in the next
diary.
life.
By the way, I
Dear
got my
diary.
money.
Exactly. So in Bodhi's mind, that it was a very exciting time.
Yeah.
I don't think he's driving away sad. He's probably driving away being like, you know what? These guys died doing what they like to do and what they believe.
Yeah,
And look at
stuff
all the
like that.
money I got as he taking it off from Roach's dead body.
They do. They drive over. They collect that money
Yeah.
from where Roach's dead body is laying, and they take off.
Well, you hear Bodhi say, "We got to bury him," and Rosie's like, "We don't have time."
And Bodhi's instantly just like, all right,
Okay.
yeah, you're right. And they take off. It's like, is Bodhi like, has he come full circle? Is he like a piece of shit now?
Correct. I think he is.
I don't think he's a piece of shit. I think he just understands that there's certain things happen in life. So like, for instance, if you jump out of an airplane, your chute doesn't open, you die, that's life.
Yeah.
If you go into a bank and
We all knew that there were risks.
Exactly. I think he kind of understands that. I think Bodhi wanted things to work out, but also understands that if they didn't work out, it didn't work out, and everybody kind of died doing what they wanted to do, you know?
So in this situation, if there's no time to bury Roach, there's no time to bury Roach.
Exactly.
We gotta go.
He
He's like,
he
"Ah,
didn't
you're right."
die in a steel coffin driving on the interstate.
That's true.
You know, he died.
Yeah.
And they
jumping
say,
out of
like in the movie, it's like it's not a tragedy to die doing what you love.
Exactly.
Oh, that's true.
So I do think at that point, Bodhi's content.
Bodhi's still a true believer in Bodhi.
Yeah, he's in the cult of Bodhi.
Yeah.
But cut to pouring rain in Bells Beach, Australia. It's been a year's past, I guess, or whatever. Like Utah's in this whatever. He's in a Jeep.
He's in like a Land Rover.
It's an awesome
Like an
vehicle.
old
he's
Range
in.
Rover or something like
Yeah,
that.
is in the driving rain. The radio's saying like, "Oh, it's one of the worst cyclones we've ever seen. It's expected to make landfall at Bells Beach." The surfers are all like leaving the beach. There's just one guy left down, one figure down on the beach.
Sadly, that
Bodhi.
figure's no longer the badass looking Swayze. It's the one with a haircut.
Oh, you think you
he's got
lost
a hair-
respect for short hair Swayze?
No, but you know, I love long haired Swayze. He obviously changed his look back to the more normal looking Swayze. He
that
still has
kinda-
scruff.
So they shot this bit like 6 months after the rest of the movie. I think they had wanted to redo the ending. This works for me though.
Well, no,
'cause
it works because Swayze probably got a
on the
haircut
lam.
because
he
he's on
wanted
the,
to like blend in.
exactly. He's on the run.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, Keanu Reeves,
He looks
like
rough.
No,
Johnny Utah's hair is like
he's rough.
grown much longer.
And he looks like he's put on a few pounds too.
but he's disillusioned.
Yeah.
by,
He's
like,
eating
this
gas
whole-
station burritos chasing Bodhi.
exactly.
He's like,
Or whatever they got.
He's sort of-
kangaroo meat or something.
We chase him all through Mexico. I've been to every city in Mexico.
Oh yeah, that's right.
so he's like, yeah, I feel like he's jaded. He's like, I'm finishing this, but I'm done with the FBI. Like, I'm not going to be that clean cut guy anymore.
Well, just like Bodhi has, you know, not to get too deep, like we did Predator and Schwarzenegger, who's the real Predator. Bodhi's, you know, 50-Year Storm. Johnny Utah. Bodhi is his kind of
Oh,
goal.
interesting.
Oh shit.
Symbolism.
So you know what I mean?
Parallel.
Like he needs to get his guy, and then he's
Yeah.
good. Bodhi needs to get his storm, his surf, and then he's good.
And is it not like, for all of Bodhi's talk, is he not like now on the run? He's not free anymore.
No, exactly.
Like
He's a prisoner.
not, he had to cut his hair and all these other things. Like, you feel like maybe Utah is more free now than Bodhi is.
Well, I think that being on the lam is Bodhi's cage, and Bodhi is Utah's cage.
Exactly.
Oh shit.
Like
exactly.
So Utah had to get Bodhi for how many years? It was about 6 months or so.
He's
Yeah,
a full
he's-
year, and they've
I
been
think it's
chasing
the
each
next
other.
summer, but I mean it's wintertime in Australia.
So that would have to be the next summer. So it would have
So
to
the
be
summer
like,
for
yeah.
North America.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it is a year later
Okay.
or thereabouts.
Well, so in that time, yeah. But I do feel, you know, I mean, Bodhi, that's what he's been dreaming of, right? So he probably doesn't care
That's
about
what he
anything
knew.
but that
If
moment.
nothing else, this is where I can find him on this day.
Yes.
You know, and he approaches him down on the beach. He tosses the Reagan mask at Bodhi's feet, and
Bodhi's not surprised.
he's not, right? That's when he says, like, I searched all over Mexico for you. You know, I almost caught you in Sumatra. I almost caught you on Bali.
We found
says-
Rosie's body, which did Bodhi. I feel like Bodhi killed Rosie, right?
No, I think it's like he said, like that Rosie picked a fight with somebody better, like just a Mexican in a
I
bar
don't know.
fight.
I feel like
he's not killing.
You
I
don't
don't
think
see it.
Really?
I mean, I could see it.
that always made me think that picking a fight with someone better meant that Rosie and Bodhi had gotten into it, and Bodhi had to put Rosie down like a dog.
I mean, I could see that, but I don't think that's the way it went down. I think it's more like he said, like Rosie's picking fights wherever he goes, and he finally found someone better than him.
That makes sense.
But it could go
That
either
also
way.
makes sense that Bodhi was like, I can't be involved in this. Bye.
But also, like, if Rosie doesn't have Bodhi around him, you know, to kind of listen to,
then he goes crazy.
this guy does his own thing, and
That's
he's
a
an
good point.
unstable character.
That's a good point.
That's where he says, like, he's like, you know, I lost you here, I lost you there, but I knew you'd never miss the 50-year storm. And
Full circle.
yeah,
Full
man.
circle to that night at the beach by the house, by the party.
how about good things were then?
Yeah.
Like everyone's dead now.
That's
You're right. Everybody's dead. His
Yeah.
entire posse.
Where's Tyler?
And
Tyler's alive, but yeah, still.
Tyler's,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
but you know what I mean? Like,
Everything was good in that
Yeah.
moment. Now everything's bad.
Angelo's dead, and his posse's dead.
Yeah. And it's like Utah laments the fact that
Where's Tyler? You think the whole time that
she's back in California.
Johnny's-
I think that she and Johnny are probably no longer
Oh,
talking.
you think they could never make it through that?
Well,
I don't think so.
If he's out chasing him around the world
Yeah,
for 6
She's
months,
not waiting for him
Yeah.
by the
I
phone.
don't. I wonder about that because they were in love, and he risked his life for
That's
her.
a tough call, but if he's obsessed with Bodhi and
Man,
like
that's
which he is at this point.
it probably would
they
be
never made a
doomed for the
reference.
relationship. That's fucking sucks, man. That sucks.
So
Yeah.
basically, the cops are coming in, right? He's got him dead to rights, like he's not escaping anywhere.
And Utah's like saying like, sorry man, you like been waiting all this time and it's totally closed out. And then that's Bodhi's like, I'm just waiting for my set.
Crazy ass.
Crazy
So what
Bodhi.
Utah was saying how Bodhi just needed to pay.
Right. Utah says, I'm bringing you in. Like people trusted you when they died and like someone
Someone has to go down. Someone has to go down for this.
Somebody's responsible. And Bodhi's like, well, it's not going to be me. Right. They fight. They start fighting. There's no way Utah wins this fight. Like
He's a
and he
little
did-
older, a little slower.
Yeah, he gets like Bodhi's the beast. You know, he sort of they fight decent fight, but Bodhi clearly wins. But Utah manages to slap those handcuffs
A
on
pretty
him.
slick trick there.
It was nice. Like
You didn't see that coming.
no, and he's got so yeah. Utah's handcuffed himself to Bodhi, and Bodhi's like
told him you'd go quietly.
he's like yeah, it's a good move.
No, but at this point, this is the first time in the entire movie Bodhi almost like has a panic moment
Oh yeah, big time.
because he
Yeah.
it's almost
And is that moment of like a trapped animal? Like, am I gonna have to gnaw my own arm off? Like to get free?
but it's
like,
not
I
even
can't
about
be taken.
it's
Like,
not even about being taken in. It's about
Missing
the
the
wave's
wave?
right there.
yeah.
I don't think at any point did he ever think that he's not gonna get to that point. Like he's not gonna ride the wave.
But yes, that's when he starts like begging to Utah. He's like, he's like, I can't live in a cage. He's like, well, tough shit. And he's like, okay, man, okay. That's the voice, right?
Yeah,
and he's
totally.
like,
That was
he's
good.
like, yeah, you're a big hero now. It's all good
That's
for you.
good. That's real
He's
good.
like, that's real good. You're a hero, and Johnny Utah gets his guy. And he's like, let me just get one wave, man. Like just one wave. He's like, I'm not going
It's
anywhere.
heartbreaking. I'm not gonna paddle to New Zealand.
That's a great line. I'm not going to paddle to New Zealand. He's like, there's cliffs on both sides. I think
Do you kind of feel sympathy for Bodhi here?
Oh, for sure.
I feel like
Of
I do.
course.
I do.
Yeah, I went back to Team Bodhi after moving away from him for a second.
Yeah.
I got back after they had the crash landing.
That's the
I was
mark of
back to Team
a
Bodhi.
good narcissist sociopath. It
Yeah.
gets you right back.
but I think Utah is able to like read the writing on the wall. Like, and he sees like, this is a fucking suicide mission.
He feels for him.
Oh yeah.
If he didn't feel for him, there's no way he's...
No,
but he's like...
He'd want to deny him that.
He's like, I get it. Like, just fucking do it. I got no future with the agency. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I got you.
He knows he's like 1 foot out the door.
Yeah.
I think, and he's
but he also caught him.
Yeah. He got what he wanted.
He doesn't need to bring him in to prove to himself he caught him. He caught him.
Right.
And I mean, Utah recognizes that it's suicide to go out there, right? So it's like,
exactly.
It's whether he dies in a jail cell or dies on this wave today.
But
he's gonna get his comeuppance.
He knows Bodhi's not trying to escape. He knows Bodhi's trying to literally.
Yeah, this is it.
He wants.
Yeah, so he does.
He wants to ride a wave.
He unlocks him and he lets him go out there, and he manages to like halfway catch a wave, right, and then he just gets buried.
Crushed completely.
And it's an incredible like moment.
Yeah.
Most movies, action movies, don't let like both the good guy and the bad guy both won.
Yeah,
both
like that's
got
what they wanted.
They got what they wanted exactly. Yeah. That's awesome, dude.
And then he tosses the badge in the water.
Yeah, he's like walking away. He chucks his badge in the water. Like he's done with this whole FBI shit.
Maybe that's what makes me think he's going back to the girl. Maybe
I think he would like to. I just don't
coach high school football.
There's so it's hard. In the replacements,
maybe
or just go back and surf in California.
There you go.
Then we cue up the end music, a song called "Nobody Rides for Free" by the band Rat.
Yes.
With 2 T's. It's like. That's a pretty bad like hair metal type band, but it works for this picture. And that's fucking Point Break.
Oh man, how did we do it?
There was like
how
this
did
is
any
a
of us get there?
Incredible movie.
I'm so torn. I'm sad about everything that's happened.
They did
It's a movie that makes you very inspired and then very sad at the same time, right? The first half of the movie makes you inspired. The second half of the movie makes you like, oh shit.
They did that remake that was really bad.
I watched it.
I didn't even bother.
I didn't like that at all.
It had no emotion. Like it was action and it was entertaining as far as the action scenes, but the emotion that like the music and the cinematography of Point Break, the original, and then the characters. Again, I was sad multiple times during the original Point Break when all the main characters died, whether that be Bodhi's guys or Pappas or when Bodhi rode off into the waves. I mean, you kind of feel sad a lot.
Yeah. Oh, totally.
There was none of that in the new one.
Nah.
Apparently they were working on a sequel to this like back in the 90s and it sort of just fell apart.
Whoa, how? Like with Bodhi paddling to New Zealand?
Exactly. I don't know what it would have been. I will say that Fast and the Furious was like basically a remake of this. Like the plot to Fast and the Furious, the original, is almost identical to Point Break.
Interesting.
Except instead of like the girl
surfing, it was cars.
It was car like drag racing, and instead of the girl being like the Bodhi's ex, the girl was the Bodhi character's like sister.
Oh.
But it's basically, it's like cop goes undercover, like trying to bust up a theft ring.
Yeah.
He gets the wrong guys at first, then realizes that the dude who he's got the bromance going with is the bad guy, but he doesn't have the stomach to.
The other thing, it was almost like an end of an era. That movie wouldn't work. It wasn't 10 years later,
cell phones were coming in and like digital effects would take the heart out of the surfing and skydiving, like doing it for real. Yeah, they just don't make them like that anymore.
No.
Yeah.
But the thing is, remember, like TNT had movies for guys who like movies.
I love it. Yeah.
So this is the type of movie where you have to be in the know to like this movie.
Yes.
So movies
100%.
like
Beastmaster.
Roadhouse. Yeah, Roadhouse is a movie for guys who like. If you're just a regular Joe Schmo, you're not watching that movie. Yeah.
If you want to watch Point Break, like you have to go out of your way to watch
Point
it.
Break is one of the greatest movies of the genre of like you need to be in the know to know it, but it's one of the top of the list. Like it's still a little bit niche, but it's probably the very top 1% of the niche.
Is there an esoteric action genre? There needs to be. Like our podcast is sort of esoteric in that regard.
Yeah. We'll have to think deep on that.
Man, thanks for joining us. This has been badass.
You came on a journey with us.
It's a journey I like to relive.
You were a searcher.
You were searching for the ultimate rush.
That's what it's all about. That's why I'm a Bodhi guy.
I love it. Dude.
This was your second? So if you want
I only did about 1 or 2 on the Predator.
You can always Give me 3.
Oh, shit.
Kevin knows when it's the right movie and I have enough to say, it will happen again.
Yeah, we love to have you back. The passion is palpable.
I want to bring my original content. I don't want to be bringing stuff that other people can say.
Yeah.
And these are 2 movies that can bring in original content.
You've been thinking about these movies for decades.
I think about them every day.
You were born for this.
Oh, man. All right, dude. That's a great place to leave it, I think. Thanks for listening, everybody. We'll be back soon with something else fresh and exciting.
See you guys next time.
All right.
See you guys.